So I saw this video of Garlinghouse being interviewed during the Ripple Swell event, and this reporter basically asks him about the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, right? And I started watching it, and I found myself agreeing with the first couple of things he says. So I kind of paused it and decided to make a video so that the rest of it would be a natural reaction to the video, because I like to react
on stage at
to the video whether I haven't seen it yet.
Battle with the Securities and Exchange Commission over the status of its XRP token and what Ripple's recent court win means for the scope of SEC power over the crypto space. Listen in.
Ripple has had 3 consecutive victories over the SEC on this. First, the judgment on July 13th saying
one.
Clearly XRP is not
a security. Okay.
Second, the denial by the court for their request for an interlocutory appeal.
No appeal.
And third, the dismissal with prejudice, the allegations against Chris LARSEN and myself.
Okay.
So, look, one of the things that people talk about is one of the definitions of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and thinking you'll get a different outcome. The SEC is doing the same thing.
I agree with that, by the way, because it seems that ego has become involved. So it's not really the SEC per se that's the problem. It would seem, though, as though it's Gary Gensler has some kind of personal vendetta against maybe the CEO or the founders of XRP, or against the token itself. Maybe Gary Gensler is a Bitcoin maximalist.
Over and over again, and they think, I guess, they're going to get a different outcome. At some point, and you and I talked also backstage about a Grayscale also had I think, an important victory in the United States about the Bitcoin ETF, where the judge, again, there's a federal judge talking about a federal agency in the SEC saying, quote, the SEC is being arbitrary and capricious. Generally, judges tend to be pretty, down the middle and try to not be.
This is the thing I was saying about not only the judges. I think it's become somewhat a political thing as well, where one arm of the government is completely against Gary Gensler and frown upon the actions of the SEC because they think it's dramatic overreach and without providing clear guidance in the first place, and then demonizing people who aren't following the guidance that you didn't provide. So there's been sort of like a schism in even the powers that be when it comes to this SEC case against Ripple.
Dramatic, like those are damning words. So I think at some point the SEC has to step back and realize that their approach of regulation through enforcement, let's just bring lawsuits, that has to break.
So walk me through the next steps in this case. Today was the deadline for the briefing schedule for remedies.
So that's passed now.
The SEC wants something like $770 million in
never going to happen.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Well, I in a session that I did in Washington yesterday, I made the joke around, I'd like to see the Vegas odds on what could be what's called the remedies from the case. Look.
Okay, so this is the point at which I stopped the video to record the reaction. So moving forward now, I haven't seen any of this, so this is completely new to me.
I think the SEC, in my opinion, has lost sight of their mission to protect investors. And the question is, who are they protecting in this journey? And it turns out the court the judge will make a decision about remedies. We actually welcome that. I think that in this case, you look at what investors were harmed, and you also have to look at the securities laws and understand, are there exemptions for institutional and accredited investors and things like that? But
okay, let me just stop it there. I 100% agree with Gary Gensler, with Garlinghouse here, right? Because the SEC's function is to protect the investor, right, from big companies that may scam them, harm them financially by misrepresenting things. Now, in the reverse, they've actually gone ahead and the SEC has harmed the investor by demonizing their investment and holding it back artificially. So the harm has come actually from the SEC and not whomever it is that they're suing.
Look, I think it is a positive step for the industry, not just for Ripple, not just for Chris and Brad, but for the whole industry, that the SEC has been put in check in the United States. And I'm hopeful this will be kind of a thawing of the permafrost in the United States for really seeing an amazing industry that has immense potential thrive in the largest economy in the world.
Yeah, 100%. So basically, you have a government body who is set up to protect you and protect me, but instead, they've protected the establishment from, incoming competition, effectively is what they've done. And in so doing, they've harmed the people that they're supposed to protect. The judges can see this, the clear thinking arm of government can see this. It's only a matter of time before action is taken. And I personally think Gary Gensler's days are numbered. But not financial advice. Do your own research, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.